In the world of 4x4, not many buyers like shopping outside the bracket. What do I mean by that? You wouldn't really see buyers who have been driving Toyotas and Rangers to switch into buying something like this, like a Chinese vehicle. A lot of brands, have made the marks in the segment, and the buyers are pretty much brand loyal. So it's kind of hard to convince them to shop for something else different that they've been driving for a long time. So let me introduce you to this. This is the GWM TANK 300. It is a leisure 4x4 SUV, which is here to compete with the likes of the Toyota Fortuner, Ford Everest, and you are also looking at the Isuzu MU-X. Well, this tank is here to give them a run for their money. Let me tell you why. So here you get a 2.4 liter turbo diesel engine, which makes 135 kilowatts and 480 Newton meters of torque. This specific model is paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, but there are other models of this GWM TANK 300 you can shop for. So there are three main derivatives to choose from for this TANK 300. You have a petrol, you have a petrol hybrid, and then you have this diesel. So you get a 2-liter turbo petrol engine, which makes slightly a lot more kilowatts but less Newton meters of torque. But you can also go for an hybrid, which actually isn't the best idea when it comes to 4x4. My friend Jacob Mushokwa had kind of a hectic time with the hybrid version, hence, I'm trusting this diesel derivative to conquer where they didn't shine. On the outside, it looks pretty boxy, pretty muscular, as you can see. Up front here, you get LED daytime running lights with LED headlights. The bumpers are very aggressive, very bold. You get front-facing camera as well as front parking sensors here at the front. Here, although it is covered with bugs, this is the new GWM logo, specifically made just for the tank. So it is kind of a T on a U here, which looks very good. Your key also looks pretty similar to this. The bonnet looks pretty good, pretty robust. You get these creases here. I wish it was like a, it looks like there's a V8 engine underneath, but it doesn't have a V8 engine, but it looks, very boxy, very big. And you get this blacked out radiator grille. I did mention that it gets a front-facing camera, which is part of the 360-degree park assist cameras. And when you move to the side, you see that this bumper flows very well with the fender flares on the side here, which makes it look very aggressive. In terms of wheels, you get 18-inch machine polish alloy wheels, which are 2-ton. I do like that. On the side, you get very decent side steps. Unfortunately, they're plastic though. I wish there would be like magnesium or some type of metal, so it will make it very easier or safer to to rock climb or slide on rocks or whatnot. But most of the people who will be buying this car won't pretty much see rugged off-road terrain where it will require them to have solid side steps, but you do get them. You also get roof rails, which are full in metal, which I wish the side steps were the same materials, but yes, you do get that. Here you get electric folding side mirrors, which come with the camera underneath here, which is part of the 360-degree park assist. You get indicators on the side, and you also get blind spot monitoring system here with the lane keep assist warning on the side. And when it comes to the rear hand, you get this pretty flat looking rear hand, rear tailgate. You get a full-size spare wheel here at the back. I do appreciate that. That comes with a cover here, which is very good. This cover protects the wheel nug from being exposed, because a lot of people like trying their luck and stealing these wheels, but yes, it is protected here. You get a reverse camera here, and at the back you also get reverse parking sensors, which are very good. Whenever you're reversing, getting close to your obstacle, it kind of shows you how much distance you have, and in terms of centimeters, how close you are to your thing at the back. This tailgate is very heavy, I have to say. As you can see, it takes up a lot of spaces, which means if you have things in a boot and you're parking close to a wall, it will be a little bit difficult for you to carry out all your items from your boot. But yes, always be mindful and leave decent amount of space. But it is very good. It feels a little bit heavy, but you get this hydraulic shock here on the side, which helps it open up. Would it be good if it was electric? Nah, not really, but yeah, it does work. When it comes to boot space for this GWM TANK 300, you do get quite a lot of space here, I have to say. So if you have a family of 5 doing a road trip, I think you'll be able to accommodate all your luggages here. That's pretty good. One thing though I don't really like about this boot space has to be the fact that you do not get partial shelf cover, especially this being a daily driver for me. whenever I'm driving it in town and I have to leave a backpack here, I get a little bit worried about it being exposed. Also the fact that you do not get privacy tent here on the side. But where it compensates is that you do get 12-volt power socket here, and you also get 120 watt 220 volt power socket here. Underneath this force flow, you get a subwoofer, which is part of the 9-speaker sound system that this car comes with. You get all your tire repair kits, and you get, I don't know, some poles here. So this is the interior of the GWM TANK 300. I have to say, it is a pretty nice place to be in. Leather and soft touch materials throughout the whole cabin. Even here on the dashboard, soft touch materials. You get this big, I wish it was a whole panoramic screen here, but it is very good. You get two 12.3 or 12.5 inch displays here, fully digital instrument cluster and fully digital infotainment screen, which is compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Very good, gives you all the nice views that you need. You get air vent control here, which I do appreciate because they are manual. Very good. You do not have to faff around the screen to find your perfect temperature or whatnot. Very good. You get these air vents with, you know, they have this ambient lighting in the middle, which feels very good, I have to say. It looks very good. The whole ambient lighting vibe here in the cabin is very subtle. It's not really in your face. I do appreciate that. You get seat controls here for your heating, which is very good in terms of, you know, leather seat in winter. They come in handy. No normal ventilation, but you do get heated function here. Here at the bottom, you get this fighter jet inspired gear lever. It is the same that you find in the P300 as well. You get a wireless charging pad here, USB Type A and USB Type C port, 12-volt power sockets, and you get these drive mode selectors. And one here on the left-hand side is to switch around mud, gravel, and rock. And then here is for your transfer case control, so you can switch between 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. Currently, as we are here in Mark Bowles 4x4, we are using the 4x4 mode here in 4 low, which is very good. And also, if you look here, you get all the other functions here. You get your parking cameras here, and you also get this specific mode only for the tank, which is called the tank turn. Whenever you're turning, it kind of locks the inside wheel to help you make a tighter turn. Overall, this is what you get here up front. Very good, very comfortable. Central armrest here with 2 cup holders. And then you get the small cubby here where you can store in miscellaneous items. And this cubby hole here at the bottom has cooling function. So you can open and close it to cool down something here. So let's say you have a chocolate that you don't want to melt. You can keep it here, open that, it'll keep it cool. And you get a very good, decent amount of comfort when it comes to the quality of this harbor rest here. I did mention that the seats are fully electric and you get heated functions. Unfortunately, there are no lumbar support adjustment there, but you do get it for the driver. Yes, I'm the one driving, so my back will be hurting, so I need all that comfort. But overall, the space is very good. Let's quickly have a look at the rear passenger space here in the GWM TANK 300. To jump inside the cabin, I do like that you get this grab handle here, which makes it very easy for people like us with back pain problems, but that's a story for another day. Yes, the seats feel very comfortable here, I have to say. You do get plenty of knee room. This is my current driving position, as you can see. Very good. I can slide my feet under the driver's seat. In terms of headroom here, pretty good. I'm very comfortable here. I'm what, 186, 183 centimeters. It depends on days, but yes, it is very good here for people of my height. I think up to 190 you'll be also comfortable here. You get pocket behind the driver's seat as well as the passenger seat as well. You get air vent control here. You get 2 USB Type A port here, which, come on, could have been USB Type C because you get one Type C in front there. My passengers here, when we did a road trip on the weekend, they had a complaint because they had USB Type C cables and they couldn't use this, so we had to do some trading there. They had to use the wireless charger and the USB Type C port up front. But yes, you do get port here at the back. What you also get is this central armrest, which is the backrest for the middle passenger. And yeah, you do get 2 cup holders here in the middle. Pretty good. You get ISO Charts Fix anchorage point at the back. You also get same level of quality of leather as you get on the front seat. Unfortunately, you do not get any heating function or ventilating function here. When it comes to the drive quality of the GWM TANK,
I know a lot of people who buy these 4x4 SUVs, they mostly drive them on the road. So testing it here on the road, it feels very comfortable. Drive quality is very good. Suspension feels very well sprung, very well calibrated for the roads. And even when you go on paved surfaces, it feels still composed. So one thing that I've noticed though is when taking off from standstill, it feels quite a little bit hesitant. So you put your foot a little bit and the car will take a little bit of a second to, to react. But yeah, it's not really the end of the world. Maybe I'm being picky, and maybe us as, petrol heads, we tend to, pick on these small things. But yes, I would have liked the responsiveness to be a little bit quicker, because sometimes you end up putting too much throttle input when you want to go through. And yeah, the calibration is slightly off, but it's not the end of the world. Is it really something that I'll say, okay, I shouldn't buy this car because it's not really that responsive? I don't think so. What I don't like here up front, I have to be honest, is that the cruise control knob is hidden. Like, you don't see it. Like, for the first 2 days that I was driving the car, I was wondering where is like the cruise control, because I was like wondering, is it on the steering wheel, until I found out that it was here. There was like a dedicated knob for it here, and it also works a little bit funny. Like, you would think going up and down is the way to activate it, but you have to pull it and go back and forth. I wish it was just here in front of you on the steering wheel. It would have been much more easier to use. And behind the steering wheel, you get paddle shifters, so you can cycle through all the 9-speed of this 9-speed automatic transmission. If you feel like you want to be a little bit sporty, you can go up and down and do your shimmy sham. But I don't think it's really needed. The 9-speed automatic transmission does a very good job at shifting on its own. So it is very good. You don't hear it going up and down. So you don't really need to shift, because it doesn't hold on to gears for too long. So it feels very good. When it comes to fuel consumption, GWM claims that this GWM TANK 300 with the 2.4 liter turbo diesel engine can average somewhere around 7.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Is that realistic? Well, kinda. So far, I've been averaging somewhere around 9.2 and 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which, to be honest, isn't bad, because all the Chinese cars with petrol engine are known to be averaging way above what the manufacturer claims. But to be averaging around like 1.5 or 2 liters above what is claimed is not really the end of the world. I think this 2.4 liter turbo diesel engine variant of the TANK 300 should have been the first variant that GWM brought out when they brought this TANK 300. In terms of safety, you get 7 airbags throughout the whole cabin. So you get curtain airbags, dual front airbags, knee airbags for the driver, side airbags at the back. And yeah, it's pretty safe cabin. So it has actually passed the Australian NCAP rating. It has a 5-star, so it is pretty good when it comes to being a family vehicle. You get ISO Charles Fix anchorage point at the back, as well as here in front as well on the passenger seats.
So what's my take on this new GWM TANK 300? Well, in terms of being a 4x4 leisure SUV, I think it ticks all the right boxes. First of all, this diesel engine with the 9-speed automatic transmission works very well. Pair it with the 4x4 system makes it just, a no-brainer. And also, if you look at the price, at just 700,000 Rand for the starting price of this TANK 300, I think it is a bargain. If you compare it to the rivals such as the Toyota Fortuner, your Ford Everest, or even the Isuzu MU-X, it is very hard to justify that price difference. Why? Because you get a good amount of level of comfort here, you get good safety, you also get very good style. If you want to drive something different, you want something that stands out, you want to try out something different, definitely going for this is a good option, because this top derivative ultra luxury is 740,000 Rand, which is still lower than any of the rivals that I've listed. So definitely consider taking this for a test drive. Take it to a proper 4x4 trail, and I think you will have fun with it. I think you'll find that this deserves your attention.